Welcome to Learn Short and Typing with Vikas sir. Progressive magazine exercise number 17, 840 words at the rate 100 word per minute for grade C and grade D. Ready? Start. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I stand to congratulate the Finance Minister and his colleagues for presenting a very well balanced budget for the year 1997-1998. As we all know that the budget shapes the economy of the nation. The budget has also an impact on the economy as a whole. This budget, I think, definitely gives incentives, serves as an all-time booster in every sector of our economic life. The Finance Minister had waged war against inflation some months back and we saw a very good results, and inflation is now a matter of the past. Now the Finance Minister is waging war against the recession in some sectors to build economy and to save the labor from the difficulties arising out of it. He has given orientation to this budget for all round growth and incentive to the people to renovate their machinery so that government does not reach at that level as to take over such sick undertakings and then try to run them by investing huge amounts. The priorities have also been very well laid, looking to the assurances given every time, and there will be at least 5% growth. We and the opposition have been very much worried because of the unchallenged growth of unemployed people, whether they are educated or uneducated. All care has been taken that a large number of industries could be established not only in the private sector but also in the public sector or by expansion of existing industries so that maximum number of people could be absorbed. The base of our economy is agriculture. Agriculture should have its roots not depending on rains, but it should have irrigational facilities and electricity all the time to use whenever required. Care has been taken that irrigational facilities will be provided. No doubt it will take a little time. Hence, large sum of money has been provided also for generation of electricity. This it is hoped that it will be useful both for agriculture production as well as production in our factories. We were very much worried about the stabilization of prices. The economy of our economy depends very much on maximum of exports and minimum of imports. We export in terms of crores of rupees worth ready-made garments. Our textile mills were producing superfine and fine cloth as also the handloom as well as the powerloom cloth. I would suggest that we should try to reduce the duty on coal and steel also, which we are producing above our requirements. We have now got them in sufficient quantities and hence can be exported very easily and with profit. The engineering goods is another example where one should take care of these products and should try to earn as much as possible by export. Now, about direct taxation, I feel that the taxes on corporate sector have been scientifically input in this budget, and I am sure the businessmen who were trying to manipulate books of accounts to save more money, which created more black money, will surely behave well. But the finance minister will have to be careful in seeing that when these taxes have been reduced from 77% to 66%, these businessmen behave well, and if they do not behave well, a heavy hand should fall on them. I expected some relief for the middle class people. Today, under the employee state insurance scheme, a person drawing rupees 1000 has now been taken under its fold and gets the medical relief benefit under the scheme. As also, since the value of the rupees has gone down, I am suggesting that the exemption limit of rupees 18,000 should be raised to rupees 22,000. The finance minister in his speech has admitted that by raising the limit to rupees 18,000, income tax department has not collected less amount, rather the collections have gone up. By increasing this limit, he will not lose much revenue, but the salaried class will get immense relief. It is good that the finance minister could understand that misuse of concession to Hindu undivided family. There used to be so many duplications, but actually the correct chartered accountants used to advise such people to take the benefit under Hindu undivided family scheme. It is now rightly explained by the finance minister that the Hindu undivided family would now be taken on a different footing and levied taxes to root out this corruption. Sir, the public undertakings are the largest undertakings and they are reaching the commanding heights. If all the public undertakings start earning sufficiently well, I think they will start earning very soon. Then in the past 5 or 10 years, the incidence of the direct taxation which puts a burden on the common man will be reduced. The burden of taxation should remain only on such people who perhaps have luxurious living or those who are trying to spend lavishly. You may tax common man, but do not put so much of burden on him. Full stop.